So the big thing I wanted to talk about was this. The Tekken 7 World Tour for North America came to a conclusion. After finals, they had like a brief interview with Harada and Mike Murray about Tekken 8. And they pretty much confirmed that they're not going to be going over anything substantially like new, nothing like super crazy new, but they did end up showing some stuff that is way more than what we have already seen. And they knew that the trailer was short because they essentially said their time window was quite minor, right? The amount of time they had to do stuff was relatively focused, so they didn't get a chance to show as much as they wanted. But I think there was even some hints in the little bit that I saw, as we're going to watch the full thing. There was some hints, the fact that after the big Amsterdam World Finals at the beginning of February, which is where the Tekken 8 Grand Championships are going to be, yeah, there could be, he says, if you're expecting more info on Tekken 8 and to see more stuff, wait for that. He's like, check that out.
Yeah. Cool. Just a recap.
Just recap.
Just a recap.
So
Just a recap.
just recapping. Hold on a second. And then eventually they actually get to new footage somewhere in here. Talking about June. Going over June designs.
We had to keep in mind was to
皆さんが待ってるキャラクターも徐々に公開できたらなと思ってます。
So the reason we're showing these characters now is just, you know, the development process. These are some of the ones that were implemented earlier on in the phase. So we're able to show you in more detail, etc. That said, moving forward, we'll have more opportunities to show more characters and hopefully some of the characters you guys are waiting for.
ちなみに初期キャラクターは
I'm a little torn on Jack 8. I don't know.
ゼロから作り起こしてる割には割と多いと思いますね。他の
He's definitely looking busier, that's for sure.
競合他社製品
But I'm not a Jack fan.
他社タイトルに比べると初期キャラは結構頑張りましたので、今後の情報に期待しててください。
And you know, Harada and myself feel all the pressure from you guys about your fan favorites being in the game. So it's really tough because we made everything from scratch, right? So to have such a large character roster that we've had in the past and that you guys expect was something we really tried hard and poured a ton of development fees into it, right?
Somebody in the audience should have screamed, Akuma!
And although we can't tell you a number, we can say it is pretty respectable compared to some of our competitors that may have been showing their stuff off recently. We won't name names.
Oh.
はい、開発スタッフ
Oh, directly talking to Street Fighter. Oh, I see. I see. So Street Fighter is launching with what, 18 characters? And they said there'd be a bigger roster, more respectable roster than like Street Fighter. No, Street Fighter is launching with 18. Yeah, SF6 is 18 characters. So seemingly, like, I mean, it also helps that the majority of animations for these characters are the same. Definitely 20 plus. In fact, I would say possibly 24. You know, I think 24 would be a good number if I'm just going to throw out something.
スタッフがすごく頑張ってくれてるので、皆さんがたくさんポジティブに応援してくれれば1キャラ2キャラぐらいさらに増えるかなと思います。はい。
So our dev team is hard at work on trying to make all this work in the timeline that we need. But, you know, if you guys show them some love on social media and positive reactions, maybe they'll be motivated to sneak in one or two more. So, yeah.
はい。Next slide.
Yeah, Tekken 7 at launch, right? Tekken 7 at console launch, very different thing. Had like 30 something, right? It was quite a bit. However, arcade launch Tekken 7 was probably around mid-20s, was it not? It was a bit less, if not like lower 20s. I think it maybe been like 22. Jeez, it's been a long time. Still relatively, it was still kind of big because it had a bunch of new characters in it and stuff like that. But yeah, Tekken 7 by the time it came out in arcades had about mid-20s, and then yeah, by the time we got the actual console launch, there was like mid-30s. So there's a substantial jump. I wouldn't be surprised if we're looking at something closer to like mid-20s.
今回のバトル、ゲームシステムの、キーコンセプトを我々はアグレッシブというふうに定義しています。
Regarding the battle system, obviously, one of the key concepts here is going to be aggressive. That's kind of the word that we're using.
Aggressive.
なんだろう、ストラテジー的にもそうだし、
Hit buttons.
ステージの、破壊表現だったり、あとキャラクターのエフェクトですよね、打撃のエフェクトだったり、そういう表現も含めて、今回ちょっと攻めていきたいなというふうに思ってます。
So what's important is this is obviously to describe the strategy of the gameplay itself, but also the environmental destruction and the way that's portrayed, as well as the character effects and all of those things that show up in the battle. All of this was designed around this key concept.
はい、トレーラーもうちょっとね尺を取ってしっかり、こういうところ見せたかったんですけど。なかなかね、
Tekken going the Bloodborne route. Yes, if you have gray health, you can hit the opponent and recover health. No, I don't think it's getting that crazy.
大きい
That'd be wild.
と、ちょっとね秒数とかもすごく厳密に決められちゃってるんで、あんまり見せれなかったので、少しだけ、本当はちょっとあのシーンもうちょっとこれぐらい長かったんだよっていうのを、細かいとこですけど見せたいなと思ってます。
So we realized, the trailer was a bit short. We actually kind of wanted more time, but those big shows are what they are, and we all know about the stage and what happened there. But today we did want to show you a little bit more about, this is actually what we wanted to show. So we have some longer stuff for you.
So sick. So nice of them to just show stuff off.
はい、これバトルステージ。
Damn, that wall is God.
バトルステージなんですけど、
that wall is toast.
壊れてるかっていうのをいろんなカメラで3点ぐらい。
Jesus
ちょっ
Christ.
とカメラ変えて。
All right, so the aggressive thing isn't just for like gameplay. No, everything of the game is going to be aggressive. I wouldn't be surprised if the character menus are aggressive.
So this is actual in-game footage in the battle system.
I'm down for that.
And we have
Jesus Christ. The whole wall is toast.
Camera angles just to give you a better picture.
I wonder what happens after. I wonder if you're going to get knocked out of it. That'd be very DOA-like.
これぐらい盛り上がるような破壊をしたりとか、ステージの見た目の変化だけじゃなくて、前作同様、ステージが広がったりとか、ね、高さが。
Notice how there's a slow-mo. There's like a stop.
ちゃんと入ってます。
So we're glad you're excited
Right here.
about what you're seeing so far.
Bam! There's like a moment.
It's going to play out and how dynamic and explosive it is. But as you can see, it's not just a visual effect of the stage. It actually changes the gameplay as the stages widen, or maybe you drop to a different area, etc.
Oh, so he's pretty much confirming it that like. Once you, and that's not that much different than current Tekken, other than the fact that when you broke the wall, they also fell. Now it's like the wall blows up, and then now there's new parts of the stage that have opened up, or you have to knock them off of the wall. So you don't get like the follow-up combo afterwards. There's like one combo part here, and then potentially another follow-up combo part afterwards. Okay. It's essentially just more interactive stages than it's had before. Like Gisa's stage. I mean, a little bit, right? In Tekken 7, once you break the wall, they're going through it, right? There's no like, oh, okay, I'm gonna break the wall, but you're not gonna go through it. No, you're going through it. This is like break the wall explodes, and then afterwards it acts differently because you already exploded the wall. You're gonna now fall down. It's a little bit more dynamic than what it was before. It just means that there's gonna be more stage matchups than ever. Holy shit, man. Tekken's already like a huge stage matchup kind of game between small stages and big stages and infinite stages that everybody hates. I'm more curious if we're done with infinite stages.
So yeah, it's extremely still.
Is this good or bad? It's not good or bad. It's different. I think it's good. It looks fucking cool. Paul's rage art, so confirmation of rage arts. Right? Rage arts are a thing in the game along with heat.
Paul's rage art.
Obviously looks kind of early. I mean, the biggest thing here is that rage arts are a part of the game still, you know?
詳しい方はみんな気づいてると思いますけど、鉄拳って4がつくシリーズもしくは4の倍数でポールが髪の毛を下ろすって法則があるので、
it's the most 5 out of 10 rage art ever.
だから次回はおそらく鉄拳12でもう一回下ろすことになると思います。
One key element to notice is Paul's hairstyle is not the iconic skyscraper look, but
We have noticed.
Right? Last time we saw this was Tekken 4, so there's actually kind of unspoken rule that in 4s, Paul has this hairstyle, 4, 8. So, Tekken 12 maybe?
ちなみに、これも今日初めて言いますけど、ポール元の髪の毛のがいいっていう人はカスタマイズでちゃんと戻せるので、心配しないでください。
And we haven't mentioned this until today, but if you are one of the group that likes Paul's original skyscraper hairstyle, that'll be available for customization. So
yeah, they confirmed that already. People that are freaking out over his hair. I mean, I'm just shocked that they made that decision. But yeah, his hair will be able to be changed.
システムについてちょっと触れたいと思います。ヒートも、
Tell me about heat.
もう少しだけ見えやすい
Heat
形
me up,
で、
daddy.
このシーンがちゃんとパワーポイントにあるので、ちょっと見てもらいましょうかね。
So next up, we want to show you a little bit about the heat, the battle mechanic, the new one. So we have some video of that to show you.
Okay, next slide.
Yes. Jesus Christ, are they all going to get huge ass animation? Okay, wait a minute. So they start off as like regular attacks. Yeah, that's like Jin's neutral 1+2, something like that. Beep 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 beep. I was doing that to Steve literally in Tekken 5 the other day. But now it enters some crazy ass running heat shit. Wow. Dope. So it's like some of the characters already existing big attacks now are technically heat attacks.
まだわからないと思うんですけど、ヒートシステムは、まずレイジとは関わりは基本的にはないです。レイジとはまた別のシステムになります。
So maybe this wasn't apparent from the video, but this doesn't really tie to rage mechanics, So
Okay.
this is separate.
で、技から
Yeah, heat seems to be in a dash cancel.
ヒートっていう状態に入ってるように皆さん見えてると思うんですけど、もちろん技
That's
から入
actually
る
that I like this. Can I go back a little bit? If it lands or if it hits. Look at this. Jin's 1+2 is great for this. Because this is something like you don't usually see Jin do anymore, right? Yeah, it's essentially like FDX had the great call on it, and we were already presuming it might be like this. It's essentially max mode, right? It's like a built-in, how often you can do it, we're going to find out, but it's essentially like a max mode. You activate it, and then instead of it just running forward, it essentially engages like a cinematic. Oh, it either hit or landed, and then the character runs their ass in. It's actually like a slower version of max mode. Oh, dude, it's literally KOF 15 max mode. It's not like Geese KOF 14 max mode. No, it's like the proper like quick max from new KOF 15 where there's a stop and then you realize you can go forward. Wow, that's crazy. It's actually KOF 15 quick max. How fascinating. I mean, it's good. It's good to see that moment that you're like about to convert damage or do something, Kazglow's red on block.
And so we can't.
Yeah, maybe it does chip damage. I don't know.
The heat system, but what we can say, we noticed many people saw the trailer and thought that only certain moves kind of initiate the state.
Right.
But that's not the case. That's just in the trailer, but there are other ways to use this system.
Okay, so other things outside of what we're seeing here will engage the heat system. It's not just like one attack or something, right? Characters gonna have a multitude of ways to actually engage the heat system. Yeah, the Jack move. So Jack gets like this crazy, like his rail gun comes in and hits you, and certain things get modified. It didn't look like anything was different on Lars specifically, but Jin gets like his straight Rock Howard like wing attack on his demon paw.
で
I hope that's the case with more things. I actually like the fact when they add little like visual accoutrements to stuff, because Tekken doesn't have that. It hasn't. It's historically not really had that, where you get these like cool effects that happen as a result of it. You get like, you know, like a spin state or something like that. It'd be neat if there was like, oh yeah, you did your heat attack. This is this big expensive thing. That's why it looks cool.
ジャックとか、はね、これ見たらわかると思うんですけど、
What the hell is that shit, dude?
単発で終わってるように見えるんですけど、
Yeah, Lars just looks like an old Lars
た
combo,
だ
right?
ジンとかを
It just looks like the same Lars stuff we've been looking at forever.
一回ヒート発動してさらに一回
That's
さらにキャン
different.
セル
That's
かかってる
different.
と思うんですけ
That's
ど、
some like Devil Jin looking
この
stuff.
辺りも、実は発動のさせ方とかで、少し変わってくる。まあ逆に言うとどのキャラでもジンみたいなことはできるということですね。
And there's also some differences as well. You saw with Jack, and you know, he just has kind of like an extra attack added on. But other characters like Jin, for example, actually cancel out of some of their moves and continue. So there's various elements of
Wait
this
a minute.
mechanic. So a lot of the characters can also do something similar to what Jin was doing.
So it's different per character? Not all characters get what Jin is doing? They said, what did he say again?
People actually cancel out of some of their moves and continue. So there's various elements of this mechanic. So a lot of the characters can also do something similar to what Jin was doing.
So yeah, it doesn't seem to be universal. Yeah, it's not like Quick Max technically. It seems to have like different abilities per character. They said like Jin's dash canceling ability is sort of unique to Jin, but other characters do have it. But then you see something on Jack where he's obviously doing something different, right? It's obviously acting differently. Huh. Unique heat system per character? Sorta? Weird. That's really weird.
でこのヒートシステムの面白いところは、まあ単純にね自分が使ってるキャラクター、攻め方とか
And now it's like a V trigger?
もちろんあるんですけど、それ以上に例えば僕ねここにいるコアなプレイヤーの方はご存知だと思いますけど。
You know what that's exciting about? If that ends up being that way, I don't dislike this, right? And the reason I like this, it'll make things look different. I hate to say this. We need the combos to look different. Right? Like one of the I loved that first trailer where you see Kaz and Jin fighting. It looks great and the stage is crazy and it's beautiful, but you literally seeing Kazuya get like wall rising too, and then he just does the same double electric combo into, you know, into Sidewinder, into fucking Hell Sweep, and I'm like, buddy, like, it's the same shit. Like, I mean, granted, you're getting the bound state now, right? You're getting this extra thing, but like, come on, man, it's really not that much different than like a Tekken 5 combo. And I hope that's what changes. I hope this stuff allows combos, even per character, to look different. Like, I would like there to be, I don't mind legacy stuff staying. I don't. I think it's actually what makes Tekken. But some things need to look different, right? Some things need to engage the opponent a little bit differently if it's combos or whatnot, you know?
僕例えば、なんか
And this does look different. I like it. This is what the hell? This shit's crazy. Yeah, it's like, don't fix what's broken. What isn't broken. I get it, right? Tekken is the best example of that, of don't try to fix what isn't broken. It's too complex of a game, and there's too many systems and characters with their own systems, right? But you have to, outside of just increasing graphical fidelity, the game can't look like Tekken 7.5, right? The combos have to visually, and especially where like hits and attacks and slow-mos, those things have to look different. We have to innovate, yeah. And this is relatively innovative until you see Lars, right? And Lars is just doing Lars shit. So I hope that changes. At least Jin gets like crazy devil wing thing here, which is cool. And the dash canceled new move. Okay, cool. I want that. I think that stuff looks great. Add a fifth attack button, yeah, right? They already technically had that because Rage is now was a button that you can map.
そういうことができるようになってたりするんで、皆さんひょっとしたら今回自分の 持ってたキャラ以外に使いたくなるキャラが増えるんじゃないかな
Yeah,
っていうふう
especially
に
to
思
a
ってます
general audience.
So
Yeah.
the heat mechanic is quite interesting because it adds another layer to the gameplay and actually makes some of the characters feel different because of the way their strategy or game style is affected because of this. So since you all are, hardcore Tekken fans, Harada usually only plays Mishimas or, Heihachi in particular, maybe Fen, but never King, right? But just because of the different way that King plays because of this addition of the heat mechanics, Harada was like just, oh man, this is awesome. I need to pick up King. And he's never been motivated enough to do that in the past, right? So, and then there's just other ways that it affects the gameplay, like maybe when he's picking King and he kind of scares his opponent to turtle up, and then he can do some other cool way of, some method of attack, etc.
Okay.
So just it makes the characters feel kind of new with this new mechanic.
So from what I gather from that description is that the heat system in the hands of a character like King makes King not feel like King, and he's actually doing a completely different thing that King has bling or some shit. That's what I'm getting out of that, is that it's essentially, we need an explanation of what it is. This is description of how it feels. It makes King, when King enters heat mode, he's really fun and does different things than he's ever done before, making him engaging and blinged or something. But what is like the Webster's definition of heat system?
なぜか流れてて、結構ツイッターでもなぜかそういう質問が多かったんですけど、なんかサイドステップが今回ね、鉄拳なくなってるんじゃないかという噂がありました。はい、皆さんサイドステップ、ね、今回はなくします。一直線の鉄拳になりますので、はい、よろしくお願いします。
So I don't know why, but there's some weird rumors online after showing the trailer TGA that Tekken has no sidestep. Oh my god. Right? So upon review, Harada said, yes, you're right. Let's get rid of it. Now Tekken is just totally linear, so no sidestep. Sorry, guys.
はい。もうみんな笑ってるから。
Are you laughing? So I
はい、
This is something that I have learned as far as like being a content creator, right? If people are following stuff that you do, if you don't do something, people just assume it's gone. If people don't see thing, people just assume it's gone. If people haven't seen thing even recently, people assume you just don't play that anymore. It's over. It's done. And absolute truth in that. Just because like there's barely been any actual gameplay footage, but because we never saw a sidestep, it's over. It's done. Game over.
なくなるわけないですよね。サイドステップも横移動もありますので、ステージをちゃんと、場所とか位置関係を使った戦略っていうのはしっかり残っていきますし、それによって技を避けるっていうような要素もしっかり、残っております。
So of course, it's a 3D fighting game. Sidestep, sidewalking are expected, right?
Expected.
The stages are all designed around that. You'll be able to strategically move around as you like. Also, evading moves, etc., with the right timing. Of course, it's in the game.
まあちなみにサイドステップとか横移動をなくして一直線の格闘ゲームにした方が、このステージ、背景のステージにかかるコストが半分ぐらいになるので、本当はまっすぐにしようかっていう話もしてたぐらいなんですけど、もちろん。
See, I like this moment here, right? This moment right here specifically. Jin versus Kaz is good because you see Jin goes on the offensive. And even though this lands, right? Even though stand 1+2 heat mode engage lands, I think it hits. It does. It hits. It doesn't lead to a guaranteed combo. You see that? It doesn't. It leads to Kazuya's blocking. Something's happening when he's blocking. Bitch ass is turning red and shit. But you're getting a mix, But what happens when you land stand 1+2 with Jin? Nothing. It's just like and you knock him away. So now it's like the heat mode engaging move doesn't essentially start the combo, right? It doesn't begin a combo. It sort of allows you to get a mix up. If it lands, maybe if it doesn't land, I don't know.
まっすぐにしようか。
But the cool part here is that they're directly showing it can be countered, right? That's the point, is that Kaz stops it and he's able to go on his own offense.
しませんので心配しないでください。
Man, you don't even know. I mean, the cost in creating the stages in 3D so that
No, that looks like Lars actually hits, right?
at any time, any place.
Lars looks like his actually hits, but he hits his mix-up after.
Man, you don't even know. I mean,
Right? So
the
Lars does
cost
this
in
big,
creating
like...
the stages in
You guys will have to tell me what the hell this move is.
3D
Big-ass chop actually hits, and then Jack is sent into this, like, complete crouching stun state, and then goes for, like, forward, forward, forward. Wait a minute. Is that forward, forward 3 or forward, forward, forward 3? Anybody know? That's just forward, forward 3. Okay, that's not like running 3. All right. So he's doing just forward, forward 3. But that hits. So in this situation, Lars actually gets the combo, right? He landed his move, began heat mode, but in his situation, his mix-up was not going for a low, which Jack could have been blocking. He went for a mid, and it landed. So what's Lars' reward after this? He gets this sliding combo.
The cost is just so intense.
That actually didn't seem to have, I think it counted as like the bound, right? Or the screw. Interesting. So the chop was a new move. Okay. So his heat move engaging is a chop. So Lars got, in his situation, you block the first attack, he runs in, gets his proper mix, and now he gets the actual hit, and you see the result of the hit.
Make sure that the game looks great at any angle.
With these guys, Jin's actually hits, runs in, here comes Jin's mix. What does Jin do? Crazy, Jin does Demon Paw cancel, and just tries to go for something, right? It doesn't essentially work, is what it looks like, and he gets countered.
But yeah, I don't think that's gonna fly. So
you have to start thinking of like, what are they showing us? They're not describing it, right? They're not describing all this kind of stuff. But you have to think of it like, what are they showing us? Why are they showing us it? They're showing us successful heat, a successful heat conversion, and one that technically was unsuccessful with Jin and Kazuya.
はい、じゃあ next slide please.
And yeah, like at the end here, between Jack and King, King just gets hit by a stand 1, it looks like.
はい、
Doink,
next
runs
slide,
in,
please.
stand 1, and then he gets like some
はい
crazy combo thing in the end.
まあ今後ねたくさんアップデート情報を言いたいと思いますので、楽しみにしていてください。次はねファイナルアムステルダムのファイナルあたりではもうちょっと情報出せるかなというふうに思ってますので、アムステルダムでも発売日は言っちゃダメって今下からマーケターからマ
Does that mean
ー
are
ケ
you-
ティングプロデューサーから発売日は言うなって言われてるんで、アムステルダムで発売日は言わないけど他の情報みんなが楽しみにしているような情報いくつか出せていけると思ってますんで、アムステルダムのファイナル皆さん
So it's a dash cancel? Not exactly. They said that is sort of unique to Jin, but other characters would have it. So not every character gets a proper dash cancel like Jin, Demon Paw, Wing, run in. Not every character is like that.
楽しみにしていてください。
So yeah, I know that we've been releasing details periodically, and I know you always want more. So we hope you still will stay tuned for updates. And I know just waiting with no end in sight is tough. So maybe to expect something around the finals in Amsterdam was a good time.
There we go.
Regarding the date, we were just told by the marketing producer, no, you can't do that at Amsterdam. You're crazy. No way. So we can't say a date, unfortunately. But, you know, in finals, we always try to prepare something that you guys will like. So we hope you'll look forward to that.
So more gameplay stuff, more characters will be announced most likely at Amsterdam. And that's in the beginning of February for anybody that doesn't know. And I'm just going to throw it out. It looks like we would get a release date for the game at E3, right? E3 timeframe, we'll be all playing this shit and actually able to report. I'll hopefully be able to get like 4K footage and stuff like that for you guys. Amsterdam is the Tekken World Tour finals. The grand finals are in Amsterdam. So it's seemingly, if we want to get a better understanding of when this game is coming out, we got to wait until June, most likely. I hope there's a beta. I really do. I don't want to be like one of the few people in the world, once again, that gets to go to E3 and play Tekken and report on it. I would prefer there to be an online beta. Like, that's the dream situation. Online beta with like new netcode, rollback netcode, like specifically use that terminology, right? You know,